Good evening and welcome to Up South, your one-stop destination for all the top news stories of the day from South India. With me, T.S. Sudhir. Kerala is now officially God's own partially dry country. The Kerala High Court today upheld the decision of the state government which it announced in August 2014. And now it means that only 20 five-star hotels can actually sell and serve hard liquor. In fact, 300 other outlets can actually apply for licenses to open beer and wine parlors. The court did not allow even 4-star and heritage properties to serve liquor. The High Court said this was in line with Article 47 of the Indian Constitution. Joining me now on the phone line is Deputy Editor Rohini Swamy. Rohini, this is a huge decision, means big time hit for the Malayalis who love their drink in Kerala. Now it's going to be available only at 20 five-star hotels and the rest will have to contend with drinking beer and wine. How is the man on the street in Kerala reacting to this decision by the Kerala High Court?
Well, this decision is not being taken very well by certain section of people because, especially like you said, every Malayali likes his drink, and also Kerala is known as God's own country, a tourist destination. So a lot of people would actually typically go to a 4-star, 3-star, or even buy a shack on the beach side and have a drink. Well, this has literally left them high and dry. But at the same time, this is a shot in the arm for the UDF government, who has been from last year, August itself, saying that there has to be a prohibition policy in place. They did bring it in place. Now, what the High Court has clearly said, that only 20 five-star hotels can serve liquor. The rest will have to make do with the beer and wine parlors. Also, another thing about the prohibition policy was also to encourage toddy, which is local toddy, which they said will be also available. Now, the whole point of this is that the UDF government had said is this was causing immense amount of domestic violence. Women, especially in Kerala, were up in arms saying that they would prefer the prohibition policy so that they can at least have some kind of peace and quiet at their homes.
Right. In fact, that was going to be my next question, Rohini. The women folk had actually welcomed the decision taken by the Chandy government. Now, given the fact that assembly elections are due in Kerala next summer, will this be the X factor as far as the UDF is concerned?
Definitely, this is going to be one of the main factors, especially with the elections just around the corner. The women, like I said, have been up in arms. They've been saying that this prohibition policy is a good thing, but what one needs to see is how the men, especially in Kerala, even those who are supporting the UDF government for that matter, how their votes will turn out, whether they would be going against the UDF for this kind of a policy, because end of the day, the whole idea of this of having liquor, sit down, have a drink, if they're not being able to do that, that could also boomerang on the face of the UDF. But the LDF also is going to be using this in the election campaigning.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Rohini Swamy, for joining us there on this big decision taken by the Kerala High Court. Now, it has been 1 week since ace mountaineer Malli Mastan Babu went missing in the Andes Mountains on the border of Argentina and Chile in South America. Though both governments in the South American continent are saying that they are trying their best to rescue the Indian mountaineer, the family back home here in Andhra Pradesh is extremely worried. Joining me now from Hyderabad is Dr. Malli Dorsanamma, who is a sister of Malli Mastan Babu. I can understand what your mother and your family members must be going through, Dr. Dorsanamma, right now. The big concern, of course, is that time is running out.
Yeah, time is running out. And the sad worry, fear building up, and I am worried that whether my brother, who made all the family members and the government proud to be as Indians, from his side he made a lot of contribution to make India on top of the world. And now I am at the junction of fear and hope. One side, fear is making me crash thinking that whether my brother is in a danger, living, dead, injured, I do not know. On one side, he's a person who always seeks the safety side. He never push in bad weather. He always returns from the summit, not doing the summit, and many of his friends who are mountaineers told the same thing to me, that he always seeks safety in spite of his experience and strength. He always seeks safety side.
Right. Dr. Darshanama, stay on with us. We also have Srinivasan Krishnan on the line with us. He is one of close friends of Malli Mastan Babu, one of his many admirers. Mr. Krishnan, what is the quality that you think makes Malli Mastan Babu one of India's best known mountaineers?
I first met Malli while on a trek to Everest Base Camp, and he's been a dear friend since. He's a humble person and seldom talks about his academic achievements. His love for the mountains, and I feel his drive comes from wanting to climb remote ranges while he's still young. He would never compromise on safety. I remember inviting him for a local trek in the Sahyadris, and he just fell in love with the region. Be it the lofty Himalayas or the hills of the Sahyadris, he loves being in the outdoors. Malli often spoke about wanting to start a school for the children of remote region in Himalayas. My heart says he will emerge and surprise us with his love for life and courage in the most daunting conditions. My prayers are with him,
Absolutely,
like mountain lovers all over the world.
Absolutely. Mr. Krishnan, thanks for joining in from Mumbai. Dr. Darshanama, we heard your mother speaking in Nellore yesterday, and obviously she was extremely distraught. What are you telling her to console her in this moment where she actually needs to be extremely courageous and strong?
I'm just keeping quiet, trying to be quiet, holding my tears back, because I am the one, and we both, Malli and me, are educated persons in the family. I used to convince my mother always he is safe and he is in touch with the friends. They are informing me.
Right. Another person who is a huge admirer of Malli Mastan Babu, Abhinash Padi, also joins me from Hyderabad. Would you say, Mr. Padi, that enough is being done by the governments there in South America, by both Argentinian as well as the Chile governments, to rescue Malli Mastan Babu?
Sudhir, in fact, I will tell that I guess they are doing something, but I don't think, since Malli is from India and he's not an European or a climber from US, we don't see that much action. But I am sure that people on the ground there who are his friend on the base camp are trying their best. But if our government and other mountaineering association people, they want, we can surely help. And I think he is injured because as far as I know about Malli, he went out there just to check the route so that other people, his friends, will be safe. So that means if he is injured, it's the right time, because our timings are running out, and I think we need to do something as soon as possible, specifically the government out there.
Absolutely, Mr. Padi. Thanks for joining in on Up South. Dr. Darshanama, you have been in touch with officials of the government of India. What would you like to tell the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi? What kind of help would you expect from him?
Sir, please bring back my brother safely to India and look for him if he is in danger, seeking some help, in a bad shape, looking up for somebody to come and pick him. If he is in that stage, left alone without food, water or anything, I don't know how many days he can survive. I kindly appeal to you sincerely for asking your all efforts to bring him back.
Right, Dr. Malli Darshanama, thanks a lot for joining us on Up South. We would pray that there is some good news about Malli Mastan Babu at the earliest there. Thanks a lot for joining us on Headlines today. Now, the suicide by agricultural engineer in Tamil Nadu, Mithu Kumaraswamy, on the 20th of February remains a political hot potato for the AIDMK government. Opposition parties are adamant that a CBI probe should be ordered into the suicide because they allege that there could be a political hand which would have actually driven the official to committing and taking this extreme step. But the CID probe, which has been ordered by Tamil Nadu government, is also proceeding at this point in time, and his son also told Headlines today that his family was offered a job. So was it some kind of an effort being made to make him to keep quiet? But call records which have been accessed by Headlines today show that 4 calls made just minutes before Mithu Kumaraswamy jumped before a train are extremely significant, and that could be the line of investigation being pursued by the CID.
When they have come and later when they given a complaint like that, it is for the government to look into that. So I cannot make a comment on such a thing, and unless until I know the truth, what has really happened, I cannot make a comment on this. Whatever it is, the government will definitely take a notice of all this, and they will definitely take good care of whatever it is.
And also, opposition is asking for a CBI inquiry. They say that the CBI.
I think the government of Tamil Nadu, the law and order situation, also the police force here are very adept enough to take care of any situation. I don't think this has to be. This is not a case for CBCID.
Right, sir. What do you have to say about how is Tamil Nadu reacting?
So, and he's an officer of the government who has committed suicide on grounds of being troubled by the government ministry. Henceforth, the minister has been removed from his berth, and the concerned officers has been booked already. And this government should not cover up the issue by throwing away the investigation to its own wing. I strongly feel an alternative wing, being the Central Bureau of Investigation, should be handed over the probe insofar as Mithu Kumaraswamy's suicide case is concerned, as it is involving government corruption.
இது குறித்து சிபிசிஐடி விசாரணை வைத்தால் அது அரசாங்கத்திற்கு சாதகமாகத்தான் செயல்படும். எனவே சிபிஐ என்கொயரி வேண்டும், விசாரணை வேண்டும் என்று தொடர்ந்து திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழகத்தை சார்ந்திருக்கக்கூடிய நாங்கள் மட்டுமல்ல, தமிழகத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா கட்சிகளும் அதைத்தான் தொடர்ந்து வலியுறுத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
So Tamil Nadu MLAs trying to do what their Karnataka counterparts did, just like in the DK Ravi case. This time they're also mounting pressure for a CBI probe. Joining me now is my colleague Srisha Reddy from Chennai. Srisha, connect the dots for us. What is the line of investigation which is being pursued by the CBCID now?
Well, Sudhir, they have accessed the call records and they have been talking to people, who Mithu Kumaraswamy had spoken to on the day when he committed suicide. Remember, February 20th was the day he committed suicide at 11:50 a.m. So before that, he had at least made 4 to 5 calls to people, and that also lasted less than a minute. So the police have been investigating on that angle. But on the other hand, the family, they have been kept in dark about this investigation process because they have not been approached to get in details of whether he was under pressure. Did he actually talk to them? Because the family has been alleging that there have been no information from the CBCID, in fact, as far as this case is concerned.
Right. Srisha Reddy, thanks a lot for joining us there from Chennai. Yesterday we had reported on the Karnataka legislators pampering themselves with a hefty pay hike, making them the most well-paid MLAs in the entire country. But Mr. MLA, you should perhaps spare a thought for the 6,500 Karnataka lecturers and teachers in different colleges who have been agitating now for 2 days, asking for their arrears since 2006 to be paid. In fact, many college lecturers have not been paid their salaries for the last 2 months. Pratibha Raman is there at the protest site in Bengaluru. Pratibha, are the protesting lecturers and teachers horrified at what the MLAs have given themselves?
Sudhir, the last revision of their salaries as well as workload was done in 2006, but they began receiving their salaries only in 2009. So the arrears has not been met, and all these lecturers from government colleges and government aided colleges have been protesting with a black badge for the last 2 days for this. This at a time when all the MLAs are talking about 100% hike in their salaries. So I'm sure there is a lot of angst in you because you've been knocking the doors of all these government officials.
22 hours, the workload which is fixed by government of Karnataka is unscientific. What we want, according to UGC guidelines, we are ready to continue 16 hours and 14 hours workload without any problem. At the same time, from 1/1/2006 to 24th December 2009, they are not given UGC areas. And at the same time, nearly 350 colleges do not have regular principals. Placements
No
are not
principals, no arrears, as well as the workload, which is more, and that is absolutely not justified here. And I'm sure you echo the same sentiment, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. Under notional policy of the government, we are not getting our placement nor the. Anyway, they have denied the arrears, but we are asking for the benefits that has to be extended. Even that they are depriving, and we have not received our salary so far, 5 months.
So no arrears as well as increments, and we are talking about the MLAs who are talking about their hike in their salaries and are absolutely rejoicing in that. Sudhir.
Right, absolutely. In fact, let's listen into what the Congress and the JDS MLAs have actually to say about this protest by the lecturers and teachers in Karnataka.
You please put this question to the Chief Minister. Government decided to enhance the salary of the MLAs and ministers. Regarding the teachers or somebody's salary is not given by the government, then you have to question the government, not opposition. We can support them. We can raise the issue on the floor. But this government is not ready to think about all those issues.
Arrears, that's another issue. How many are that you have to ask the concerned minister in the department what is exactly the problem. I don't know what is the nature of the problem. Are these guest lecturers? I don't think they may not be the full-time lecturers. Whatever it may be. But that's got nothing to do with this issue. This is an issue which has been taken on the floor of the House by all the political parties. They have supported this, and it's a hike after 2011. This has been done. So it only helps the MLAs to execute their work better. I think what people should be looking at more is how the MLA is functioning, how is he doing his work in the constituency, is he doing more effectively. That is more important.
Right, my salary hike is good, your salary hike is not very good. That seems to be the motto as far as the Karnataka lawmakers are concerned. Pratibha Raman, thanks a lot for joining us from Bengaluru. That's it then on Up South this Tuesday evening. News and updates will continue on Headlines Today.